Name: Joy Metheny. Job: killing beautiful white girls and sell their meat as burgers and sandwiches. In general, the serial killer movies you watch and the Netflix shows, you can expect a scary scene for every 15 minutes. But in this real serial killer story, every second you will feel thrilled. Why a 18-year clever man turned into a serious killer? What made him to sell human flesh as burgers and sandwiches? Let's find it out in this video. So hi friends, I am Krishnatanya Mandela. In this MVS Facts English channel, I will make videos on interesting facts, biographies and the serial killer videos. So definitely you will love this MVS Facts English channel content, and I hope you're going to support me on this long journey ahead. 1997 Baltimore Police Station. The inspector is interrogating a serial killer who committed 13 murders and accused of selling human flesh as burgers and sandwiches. And the inspector asked the first question: "You sold human flesh as burgers and sandwiches. Nobody doubted about the taste?" Then the man replied, "If you mix pork meat with human flesh, even God can't know which is human flesh and pork meat, sir." The psycho answer given by the serial killer name is Joy Metheny. There is no joy in his actions except in his name. But why an intelligent man, Joy Metheny, transformed into a ruthless psycho killer? Joy Metheny was born in 1953 in the US, Baltimore City. He lost his father at an younger age and he was neglected by his mother. But the clever Joy Metheny joined the US Army at the age of 18. But he was addicted to drugs like heroin and cocaine and spent most of the money on the drugs. After a few years, Joy Metheny quit the job from army and joined as a truck driver in a wooden factory, where he met his life partner, who is also a drug addict. In 1990s, Joy Metheny looks like a monster with heavy weight and 6 feet height. But people used to call him well-mannered, intelligent and well-behaving person. First time in 1994, Joy Metheny lost his temper when his wife taken his son and left with his lover. With pain and anger, Joy Metheny searching for his wife and son, visiting every neighboring house. He went to one of his neighbor house and asking, "You see my wife?" They replied, "No man." Then Joy Metheny went to other house and asking, "You see my wife?" Then they replied, "No man, we didn't see her. Where is she?" With the questions asked by the neighbor, Joy Metheny's pain transformed into anger, and his anger transforms into frustration, and his frustration finally made him a psycho killer. With the race and to decrease his frustration, Joy Metheny booked a prostitute from a nearest red light area. He sexually assaulted her and later he burnt her where the factory he worked. In 1995, Joy Metheny, still in searching for his wife and son, he came to a nearest bridge where his wife used to take drugs. He saw 2 homeless men and he went to them and asked the question, "You see my wife?" Then they replied, "No man, don't irritate us." And he asked the same question to another homeless man, "You see my wife?" And they replied, "No man, don't disturbing us. Why are you disturbing?" With the dissatisfied answers, Joy Metheny took one axe and killed both these homeless men. And they said, "Oh," and the other said, "No, God." Joy Metheny didn't stop there. With a doubt that the nearest fisherman might saw these murders, and he asked him to come over and kill that fisherman too. But Joy Metheny made all these murders on a race. He don't have an idea to make human flesh burgers at the time. He threw all the bodies in the river and he went back to home. But the police caught Joy Metheny with the accused of murdering the 2 homeless men. But fortunately, due to lack of evidence, Joy Metheny successfully released from the jail. But this time, Joy Metheny became even more ruthless. In search of his wife and children on one side and the serial killing on the other side is continuing. This time, Joy Metheny killed 2 prostitutes, but this time he didn't throw the bodies into the river. But this time, Joy Metheny cut these white beautiful girl bodies into pieces and used this flesh to make burgers and sandwiches. He stored the human meat in the refrigerator and burned the unusable parts in the factory where he worked. Joy Metheny used to mix the pork meat along with human flesh and making hamburgers and sandwiches. He started selling these burgers at a nearby road where people started enjoying these hamburgers, which they don't know there is human meat inside. They're not only eating the hamburgers but also eating the evidence of Joy Metheny's human victims. Whenever his lack of human flesh, Joy Metheny went to the red light area and select the beautiful white skinned women and killing them and taking their human flesh, again starting this human made burgers and sandwiches. At last, Joy Metheny got caught in 1996 when one of the prostitutes got escaped from Joy Metheny and complained to the policeman. In 1998, Joy Metheny was sentenced to death, but later in 2000 it was overruled into 2 life sentences. And finally in 2007, Joy Metheny committed suicide in his own cell. During his interrogation, Joy Metheny openly revealed about all the murders he did. He even mentioned about the fisherman murder as well. But he never feel guilt about the murders he commit. But Joy Metheny's only guilt, he is unable to kill his wife and his lover. From Joy Metheny's serial killer story, it is very clear that a man can be transformed into a psycho killer due to strong reasons like cheating or neglected by their parents. As Joy Metheny was born in the US, people need to worry about eating sandwiches and burgers. But if Joy Metheny was born in India, we need to worry eating this pani puri, dai puri, biryani, aloo chaat, vada pav. You need to check before you take a bite. So in the next videos, I will come up with one more interesting topic and facts, and I'm going to entertain you. So if you like this video and for more interesting videos, please do subscribe to MVS Facts English.